Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hasham Ali Khan. Now in this video I'm going to explain you about GST reports. Last video I have explained about the intrastate supplies of goods and services, interstate supplies of goods and services, and returns, the different types of returns, purchase return, sales return. All these things I have explained in the last video. So this is a continuation of unit number 2, getting started with the GST. So in this video, two topics I am going to cover up, that is GST reports. So under Tally, there are two types of GST reports, GSTR1 and GSTR2. The details of this I am going to explain because frequently it will be asked in examination regarding these reports under GST. So take a screenshot of the points which I have written on the board, then I'll explain all the points regarding GSTR1 and GSTR2. Come on, first of all, we'll discuss about the reports. Reports are an integral part of accounting as well as any information system. Ultimate, the product of all the investigation, accounting is the preparation of reports. So GST reports also have to be prepared. So what are the GST reports? I'm going to explain you. A GST report is a document. First of all, meaning of this GST report. So GST report is simply a document which consists of summary of monthly, quarterly or annual returns. Monthly, quarterly or annual returns, which includes the detail of all inward and outward supplies. So two supplies are there, inward supply and outward supply. Outward supply are related with sales, inward supplies are related with purchases. So these reports will contain the details of all inward supplies as well as outward supplies, which are filed by the taxable individual registered under the GST. A person who is registered under GST has to file the report, and this report should contain the detailed summaries of all the inward supplies and outward supplies during the period. The period may be monthly, quarterly or annually. So this is the meaning of GST report. It is used for calculating the GST which is to be paid. On the basis of this GST reports only, the tax liability, the GST payable is calculated. Now it shows a list of transactions which provide a reference for the calculation of GST. With the help of these reports, GST reports, we can easily calculate how much is the amount of GST liability. In Tally ERP 9, presently worldwide we are using this accounting package called Tally ERP 9. In this Tally ERP 9, two types of reports can be prepared under GST. That is GSTR1 and GSTR2. Now I'm going to explain you in detail about the GSTR1 and then GSTR2. First of all, GSTR1. What is this? What are the items that are included in this GSTR1? And what is the information we can get? How we can access to this GSTR1? That's what I'm going to explain. First of all, GSTR1 is a monthly return. First of all, comprising the detailed information of all outward supplies. So remember this word, outward supplies. Outward supplies means sales. Outward supplies means sales. So here GSTR1 is a monthly return comprising the detailed information of all outward supplies and which are filed by a taxable person who is registered under GSTR. A person who is registered under GSTR, he has to file a return of all the outward supplies of all the outward supplies he has made during the period. So all the detailed information about outward supplies he has to give in this GSTR1. It is a standardized format which is prescribed by the taxation department. The format, the details which are required in this GSTR1 is standardized. It is same for every registered dealer because it is given by the taxation department. It is divided into multiple tables which are used for various types of outward supplies. We don't have a single type of outward supply. We have different types of outward supply. So different columns are there. In this GSTR1, we have different types of columns to supply the information regarding different types of outward supplies. Now it's fairly detailed report containing the following information. Actually, lengthy information, huge information is to be given in GSTR1. So what are the information? Main points of GSTR1 are: first, GSTIN. In this GSTR1, the information which is given is the identification number of the registered dealer, GSTIN. Then name of the registered person. First, GSTIN will be specified. Secondly, name of the registered dealer. Then aggregate turnover. Then taxable outward supplies made to registered person, showing invoice-wise details. That means when the goods are supplied to registered persons, the details are required regarding showing invoice-wise details of all supplies made other than under reverse charge. Excepting reverse charge and supplies made through e-commerce operators, all outward supplies on which reverse charge is applicable should be separately shown. That means the reverse charge is applicable. Already I have explained in the previous videos regarding reverse charge. So invoices on reverse charge should be separately shown. And here we have to show the detail of all the taxable outward supplies made to registered person, giving the details of invoice-wise details. This is the fourth information. Then fifth one is invoice-wise details of taxable outward interstate supplies to unregistered person. Interstate supplies between one state to another state. So any supplies made by the registered dealer interstate should be clearly shown if it is made to unregistered recipient. The recipient is unregistered, where the total invoice value is more than rupees 2.5 lakh, 2,50,000. Suppose we are the registered dealer. We are selling the goods. We are supplying the goods to a person who is staying in another state. So interstate transaction. Suppose the recipient is an unregistered person. So if the total value of the turnover is more, invoice value is more than 2.5 lakh, then we have to show the details. Invoice wise details we have to show. How much value of goods we are selling to unregistered persons staying in other state, if the value of the invoice is more than 2.5 lakh. Next one, invoice wise detail of all zero rated supplies exports and deemed exports. Some of the supplies are zero rated supplies. Zero rated supplies are there which are given by the GST, and some supplies are there exports and deemed exports. So except this, invoice wise details of all zero rated, export and deemed report, all invoice wise details should be supplied. Rate wise summary of all sales made during the month. Rate wise, that means summary should be on the different basis. Invoice wise, rate wise, all summaries should be given. Now, how to access the GSTR1 in the Tally package? So GSTR1 reports in Tally can be accessed by following path. First of all, open the gateway of Tally. From the gateway of Tally, go to report display. From display, go to statutory reports. Under reports, select GST. Under GST, select GSTR1. We can be able to access, we can be able to have the complete GSTR1 report. So this is the complete explanation about GSTR 1. That is the outward supplies. The report for outward supplies is GSTR 1. Now GSTR 2, the second report under tally is GSTR 2. And this GSTR 2 is just like GSTR 1, but here we have to record for outward supplies, whereas GSTR 2 is for inward supplies. That means purchases. So here it's a monthly report just like GSTR 1, and it contains details of all inward supplies. Now remember this word. Here it is outward supply, here it is inward supplies. This GSTR 2 is used for inward supplies. It's a statement format containing the details of all purchase transactions of a registered dealer for a month. So purchase transaction of a registered dealer will be shown in this GSTR 2. Now it will also include purchase on which reverse charge is applied. If there are purchases on reverse charge, separately it should be shown. Now it's a fairly detailed report containing the other things the following. It's a very detailed report. Some of the points which are there in GSTR 2 are as follows. What are the information which will be given? GSTIN. First of all, GSTR 2 also must have the identification number of the registered person, GSTIN. Second, the name of the registered person. Exactly similar contents what we have in GSTR 1. Similar contents for GSTR 2. Name of the registered person. Thirdly, month and year for which the report is to be made. For which month, for which period this GSTR 2 is prepared. Thirdly, third one over. Now fourth one. Details of purchases from registered persons, including details of type, rate, amount of GST, whether ITC, input tax credit, that is the backbone of GST. So that is the rate, whether ITC is eligible, amount of ITC, however it will not contain purchase under reverse charge. The details of all purchases made from registered person. That means our company is purchasing the goods from a registered supplier. So we have to give the detail regarding the type of the goods purchased, rate of the goods, amount of GST, whether input tax credit is eligible or not. If it is eligible, what is the amount of ITC? It will not contain any item of under reverse charge, any purchase under reverse charge. The inward supplies on which tax is to be paid or reverse charge, we have to separately show what reverse charge. Inward supplies on which tax is payable under reverse charge. Input or capital goods received from overseas. If input or capital goods are received from overseas or from SEZ, Special Economic Zone units, on a bill of entry, this should also be shown in GSTR 2. Next, all debit and credit notes issued. Debit and credit notes issued, that will also be shown in this GSTR 2. Supplies received from composition dealer and other exempt or non-GST supplies received. That means supplies received from composition dealer. Again, last video I have explained you who is a composition dealer. So any supplies received from composition dealer and also for other non-GST supplies received, that should be separately shown. Next one, details of the input tax credit received. How much is the input tax credit, ITC, received? Then consider a consolidated statement of advances paid on account of receipt of supply. Any advances paid for receipt of supplies, that should also be shown. Now GSTR 2. How the GSTR 2 can be accessed in Tally ERP 9. So the path is given below. First of all, you have to open the gateway of Tally. In that, select the option display, select the option statutory report. Under statutory report, select GST. Under GST, select GSTR 2. That's all. So in this video, I have explained you what are GST reports. First of all, the meaning of GST report I have explained. Then I have explained about GSTR1 and GSTR2. So this question is frequently asked in examination. So watch the video not once, twice, thrice. You will get the point in your mind and easily you can write in examination with confidence. Inshallah, the next topic in the next video.